these invitations of, if you're able to bring in the nature connection piece, even inside of like fire, sitting by a window or plant, candle, wonderful. And if not, that's okay too. If you're in a space where maybe you can sit outside, or if you're like, I just want to get comfy, cozy on my couch or lay down, totally whatever works for you. And as you get yourself set up for meditation this morning, always the first invitation is really to get comfortable. So, however you need to support your body, it does not need to be cross-legged, sitting up tall, uncomfortable for the body. You can really find a space that feels appropriate for you today. And then I'll invite you to just move around a little bit, stretching side to side, maybe lifting the arms up. You like to twist in either direction. Yourself a few more rounds of breath. Just note what the body needs. And as you feel ready, you'll start to find a bit more stillness. Maybe covering up with a blanket or wrapping one around you. It'll just help ground the body this morning. And there's a few options for the gaze. The eyes can stay open and you might look out towards your fire, plant, or out the window and think of that as a soft fascination. So maybe not staring at anything in particular, just taking it all in. Another option is to turn your gaze down towards the earth, or you might just close the eyes completely. And you might kind of travel back and forth between all options. And draw one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. Take a breath in through the nose. And a nice slow exhale through the mouth. Breathing in. Slow exhale out. Inhale. And exhale. You can release your hands back down. This morning, I'll take you on a journey to one of the trails at Kripalu. It's called Olivia's Overlook. So you'll draw to mind November morning, maybe much like today. There's a bit of a chill in the air. But when you step outside, you notice the sky is still quite blue. There's little puffy white clouds off in the distance. The sun is shining. There's a slight breeze in the air. Your journey begins in the forest, where the ground is covered with pine needles that have fallen. And not only does that make the woods smell beautiful, but it also makes the ground really soft, almost buoyant. There's towering pine trees on either side of that path. As you stand there taking it all in, breathe in the freshness of this place. The smell of pine is almost immediately calming to you. As you take a few more deep breaths here, you even pick up on a hint of citrus. It's an absolutely beautiful fall morning. Begin to draw to mind an intention, and you'll let this intention maybe just be a word that you'd like to thread through your day. You might move from this space of joy or a space of gratitude, maybe peace or understanding. If there's nothing that jumps out at you, that's okay too. Just allowing yourself to be present here. Once that intention is set, you start down the path, really allowing yourself to take your time. You're in no rush today. You walk, you notice small little pine cones on the earth. You notice the green moss growing on these large rocks. You allow yourself to pause and to touch the moss, noticing how soft it is. And feeling the hardness, the coolness of the rock that it's growing on. You continue your journey. You notice this connection of roots. They line the path and sometimes cross over the path. You wonder how long these trees have been here, what they've been through, what they've seen over the years. You notice how the root systems at some places intermingle and other places find their own space. They're all different shapes and sizes. How incredibly strong that root system is. Continue making your way through the forest. Up in front of you, you notice a little wooden bridge. As you start to walk over that bridge, the landscape shifts a bit. Forest, the trees open up. Now there's tall, yellowish, brownish grass on either side of the bridge. Some cattails, some milkweed. And the milkweed pods are opening. There's this white, fluffy seeds that come out. You watch as the wind takes some of those seeds. And as you make your way over the bridge, the landscape shifts a bit again. Now the path is rocky and a bit smaller. The tall grasses continue on either side of you. And they're so tall that you can't really see what you're walking towards. You stretch your arms out and just feel the textures of the grass. You notice the softness of the cattails. There's a milk pod that's open. You take out some of the fluffy material, the seeds. You make a wish and blow the seeds out into the wind. Continue your way down the path. Still allowing yourself to walk slowly. And up ahead, there's a clearing. The sun seems a bit brighter there. And as you step through that clearing, everything opens up. The ground is still rocky. There's a large stone wall that backs up to the overlook. You make your way over to that stone wall and have a seat. You embrace this scene in front of you. There's trees everywhere. You notice the lake. You take in all the different colors and textures. Behind the lake is a mountain range. In front of you is this beautiful overlook, part of the Berkshires. You let yourself pause here. Coming back to your intention. Maybe noting how you're feeling in this moment. During this time of year, many of the trees are bare, but you still notice pops of color, bright yellow, a little bit of orange and red, interspersed with the greens of the pines and the browns. In this view, the lake is sparkling, shimmering. It's a deep, deep shade of blue. In this moment, you feel this immense sense of peace, how powerful it can be to slow down, take it all in, to move from a space of gratitude and grace. You take a breath in here, filling the lungs, that pine fresh air. And exhale, release. You begin to just slowly make your way back to yourself. You can let the fingers wiggle, maybe the toes. And take an inhale, let the arms stretch up overhead, reach up tall towards the sky. And exhale your hands together in prayer in front of your heart. Peace and love to each of you. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I do appreciate it. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.